Sergeant and Inspector indicated last week, the number one reason for accidents in 2022 was a lot of people not paying attention when they were on the road. So we urge you to stay extra focused this morning on your way to work or wherever you are. Good morning to all of our listeners. Good morning to all of our viewers. And like I said before, for those of you who have questions and you're listening via online, you can check out our YouTube channel. And you can send your questions there. I'll read them to Sergeant. And for those of you who are not viewing or listening via the internet, you can call 465-2555, 7185-772916. Let me say good morning to Sergeant Henry, who's in the studio with me. Greetings and welcome once again.
Good morning, GQ.
Good morning. All right, let's get into our discussion. What's on the table for topic for today?
Okay, I just want to listen in public by radio and those that are streaming. I want to wish you all a blessed day. And this morning we'll be talking about parking, because some persons have the notion that if they stop and they're in the vehicle, it is not parking. And if your vehicle is there stationary and nothing is happening, no one is coming on or going off, it is parking. And this is what park means in the Vehicles and Road Traffic Act 15.06. Park means to remain stationary for any period of time which is longer than reasonable, necessary for a passenger to alight from or get on a vehicle. So as I said earlier, if no one is getting on or off, you are parked, whether the engine is running or not. And in the restricted areas are those areas where it said no parking, or if there's a yellow line. Parking means causing or permitting a vehicle, whether to occupy or not, to remain on a road while the vehicle is being loaded or unloaded. So if you're unloading something or taking off something, we won't consider it as park because you're doing something. We don't expect you to park a mile away and walk with this heavy thing. But some people think, okay, if I have a letter to drop off by this institution, I can park there. No. Because you can walk with a letter in your hand. So you park and you walk to your destination. Not park because you have something light to drop off. That is failing to comply with traffic sign. And while a passenger are entering or leaving the vehicle, as I said earlier, we'll give you a chance because we know somebody's getting off. You're not just there waiting because you can wait. Somebody's getting on or getting off. Not you come and you park up until the person come. The person is there waiting for you already. You come and you pick up the person and you move on. Not you park up there, say, oh, the person is coming. No, that is failing to comply with traffic signs still. And in compliance with the direction of a member of the police force, so if you're there and the person tell you to move on, you move on. You don't argue with the person. Because some of us like to argue with the police officers and you know you are wrong. So just move on. Also, if you park up, as I was just telling GQ, the other day we went downtown and this lady parked up with her flashers on. She's not in the vehicle. She's on a yellow line. We gave her a ticket and she decided, oh, she's not parked because her flashers are on. That doesn't mean anything. You're not in the vehicle. You're on a yellow line. We must adhere to the signs that are placed by the licensing authority. If you park, whether your engine is running or not, you park, because the vehicle is not moving. The vehicle is stationary. So it is parked, it's considered parking. So even the flashes are on. Yes, if it's an emergency and something happened to the vehicle, maybe you have a mechanical problem or what's not, you put on your flashes and then we'll know. Okay, you left a note and say, okay, my vehicle is broken down and this is the case. But she had no mechanical problem. She went to buy something. And she said, oh, her flashes are on. That's still not comply with the regulation of 15.06. If you have a mechanical problem and you park in a no parking area, it's different. If you just park because you have to go and run and pick up something, it's an offense. If you go to a hardware store, and you know sometimes you have these heavy things to pick up, you go, you purchase the stuff, you go and you come back and you bring your vehicle and you unload the thing. Not go in the store and shop and leave your vehicle out there. It's an offense.
That's it for you for now?
Yes.
All right, we're going to open the lines, 465-2555. That's 465-2555. And for those of you in the United States, Canada, 718-577-2916. And as I indicated earlier, if you're watching or listening via online, you can send your messages via YouTube. I will see them and read them for the sergeant in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning, GQ. Good morning to you and the sergeant in the studio. Good morning to you all.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, morning.
Sarge, I have a question for you. The motorized vehicle that, of course, I've heard that are supposed to be licensed, specifically speaking about the bicycle that they at least applied motor on, are those that they're specifically speaking about?
Right now, we're speaking about parking, but the motorized vehicle, the pedal bicycle that persons put on the motor on, it's an offense.
Okay, good. Thanks very much. That answer. Now, Sarge, I do believe there are some areas in the road, the streets, are not being maintained efficiently. Why I say that? Because when you're going to turn to go into Shirley Dickinson Street and to Frisco gas station and to Gillard gas station, and just a few, the lines on them are not visible, and people cannot at least go into the temporary lane to turn. However, people are still turning right, coming from the post office to go into Port Zante. I am asking this question. If those, based on the question I asked about the motorized vehicle, that have any motorized vehicle must be licensed and insured, why is it only then Warren Bratcher golf cart be licensed, but there's a man who runs his golf cart up and down every day in the Frigate Bay area, and they are crossing guard and constables see that and don't even stop him to question that? And I heard someone said to me, well, maybe the insurance give him some preferential treatment and agreement. That's not possible. It doesn't sound right. If he is using a golf cart, just like Warren Bratcher has and does use, I believe his vehicle, because it's a motorized vehicle too, he have an engine, should be licensed and insured. I am just making a statement because I'm seeing something that people are giving preferential treatment, and it shouldn't be so. A, because of me, the sun is going down and I'm darker, and B, the sun is brighter and somebody's size is brighter, who are called Caucasian, described as white people. That's not supposed to be. Sarge, I am only hoping that what I said, based on what I understand, that I know, the truth is I'm speaking of, something looked into seriously. You have a good day, Sarge. GQ, you have a good day. Goodbye. Thanks a lot for listening.
All right, man. Thanks for your call.
Thanks for your call, and I have noted that.
Back to the line. Good morning. You're live.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Sarge. Good morning,
Good morning.
GQ.
Morning.
I'm glad the first caller touched the topic that I wanted to speak about this morning. And it might be a little bit controversial, but I'll hear it still. I know when the tint law came in, the traffic department stipulated a percentage of tint that vehicles should have. But then vehicles start coming in from the manufacturers with their glass tinted at a different tint that the traffic department stipulated. And those vehicles were allowed. There was some adjustment made to accommodate those vehicles. My thing now is the bikes, the pedal bikes. Once upon a time, bikes used to be licensed, and the Treasury used to make some money from that. My thing is, I'm wondering if instead of restricting the pedal bikes or the modified pedal bikes with the motors on them, I think they should go back to licensing them instead of abandoning it. License them, because there are some people who might be a bit physically challenged, and they use the pedal bikes with a motor to help them. And those bikes, I know of 2 examples, came from the manufacturer like that, with the motor on them. So I'm wondering, instead of banning the motorized bikes, if they can adjust, just look how they adjusted with the tint from the vehicles from the manufacturer, they can adjust to accommodate physically challenged people that have these bikes with the motor on them to assist these physically challenged people. As the person before me said, I have seen golf carts on the road. I have even seen a motorized bar on the road. The law stipulates that for vehicles to be on the road, They must have lights. They must have horn. They must have reverse lights. They must have indicators. I'm wondering if any of those golf carts or the motorized bar, if they have any of those requirements that the law stipulates. So if we are changing and adjusting for certain things, how come we can't adjust to accommodate the physically challenged people that might have the bikes with a motor on it to help them to get around from point A to point B? Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for your call.
Yes, caller. You spoke about the tint of manufactured vehicle. It also states that those manufactured vehicles must be 35%. The law is saying here in number 4 of 62, tinting. The provision of this part shall not apply to restricted motor vehicle that has been custom tinted by manufactured on or before the date of coming into force of this section. So before this came into being, that passed, but any vehicle that is manufactured after that date, the tint must be 35%. And you spoke about the motorized pedal bicycles. Yes, we don't know if any insurance will take up that. Remember, any vehicle with any motor must be registered, and the person must be covered by insurance. So once an insurance is going to say yes, they will do it, then something will put in place. But for now, they are not insured and they cannot be registered. So it's an offense and we have to step down on it.
All right, let's go to the line. Hey, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I would also like to make my input on that same very bicycle thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Everything have its use to be used with. I have a deep feeling of it because I feel bad. Because those motorbikes, yes, I understand, everybody doesn't want certain things on things. Just like a vehicle. People do different things with their vehicle. But with those motorbikes especially, some they came with the motor on them, if they could be bought like that, if the person could afford it. Some is a bicycle with persons with their skills could introduce them on the bicycle. Those motors were made to put on whatever vehicle, devices, especially bikes, to give them an additional either whatever. Everybody, as the gentleman said before, everybody, not because they have 2 feet and they get up on a bicycle, they could pedal. And so I think it is very unfair that they would take these bicycles away from who has them. I believe that they should come up with something with them. And if they have to pay a fine, a license fee, no problem. Everybody cannot afford everything. You understand? Because the thing about it, those motors, they come to customs. They come through customs. I am telling you. They come to customs. People send off to buy them just like anything else. They come to customs. They pay just like everybody else. And they're not cheap. They have a reasonable fee cost to them. You understand? I am not saying the problem, all of the problem to it is just that the persons who are using them have to be more respectful and use them with a more initiative way of using them on the road. Because yes, they are noisy. Every vehicle is noisy. Every vehicle is noisy. And especially at some point in time, some are very annoying. Bicycles, they ain't no different from nothing else. And I believe that the traffic department should come up with something to help those who have those things. It's not for you to just run them off the road, take them off the road, take off the motor, put them aside. What are they going to do with those motors that they have already taken away from persons? I will this year. I have children who have them, and I told them to take them off in the meantime. Take them off. Because I don't want to go to court with nobody for no nonsense with nothing. Because once I can the getting something out of it, and the other side who really needs it can't get nothing. Customers already made the money off of them. And so, fair should be fair, come to an agreement with the persons with these things who want them, and just let it be. Noise is an everyday thing. And that is my input on it.
All right, thanks for your call and thanks for your input. Sergeant, any response before we
Thanks
take
for
any
your
more calls?
call. Yes, but as I said earlier, it's an offense. Yes, it came to custom, but persons use them also for weed eater. The motors they use on weed eater. Or I think is what they call the next one. The one that you cut the grass with, the lawnmower. Right. So if they order them, the custom officer's not going to know what they order them for. So they're going to clear them. But the thing is that for now, they are illegal. And whether you spend your money, yes or no, to purchase them, it's illegal. So until something come in place, until they put something in place for these things, it is illegal. So you all put up the motto that you all order for the bicycle and peddle them that they are used for. It is illegal, and if they are being found using, the officer is going to confiscate them and they'll be charged. As I said last week, they'll be charged for insurance and register of vehicle. So for now, it's an offense, so you all put them up at home.
All right, before we take any more calls, real quick, Sonny Boy in the Bronx, New York City, Jam Dong brother, he's listening and watching, and he says, good morning. And this individual online is asking a question, and the question is for you, Sergeant Henry. Can a minor drive a vehicle, a car or a truck, without the appropriate license? And what's the age?
The age for any person who needs to drive or want to drive a vehicle must be 18 and over. Yes, you can start to drive because you get a permit at 16, but you cannot come and sit the exam, the written exam, or go on the road until you're 18.
All right, let's go back to the phone line. Good morning, you're live.
Hello, JQ. This is Sonny Boy speaking, calling from New York. Good morning to you and officer.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What the lady was saying, about you shouldn't take the bike away from them. Right here in America, the same thing happened. Those bikes are taken because they disturb the traffic. But when the police don't chase after them, because they could cause a lot of innocent people to get killed. But when the police see them on the road, they confiscate them, and nothing can be done about it. So what that lady's saying is not true, because if you have a mountain bike in the States, you ride them in the mountain, not on the regular streets, because there's a nuisance to the traffic. So what she's saying, she was wrong. And I'm just saying that what Officer Henry's saying, she's right, because them bikes will cause a lot of innocent people to get killed. All right, GQ, that's my take for today.
All right, man, thanks for your
Thank
input.
you, caller.
All right, let's go to the phone line. Good morning, you're live.
Okay, my question is, now they have the modern ones, which is electric, which is the e-bikes. They come just like that. They have them here in St. Kitts as well. Not the ones with the modified motors installed. They are e-bikes, electric bikes. They're quiet, etc. Can those be used with no problems? I need to know that.
Once they can register, or if an insurance willing to insure it, because remember, anything with a motor must be registered and insured. So once an insurance is going to insure it, then you could register. And it must have a chassis number on it.
Okay, question real quick. There are some now that are on the road. They are e-bikes, like I said, they're electric. You can charge them. Would those be confiscated as well, or they can be ridden?
I can't say because I haven't seen any. I'll have to see them to know. I don't know if any is here. You say
Okay,
you see,
fine.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, let's take this next call. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, GQ, and good morning to the officer there.
Hey, good morning,
morning.
Janet.
GQ, I'm sorry, officer, you know what's happening? As Kittitians, we have a way to think that whatever we see happens outside in the outer world is acceptable on the island of St. Kitts. It's okay because it's out there and I have to bring it here. What I have to say is simply this. Bicycles are built as bicycles to be pedaled and to be used as you could ride a bike and move fast. It all depends on how you pedal, your strength, your energy you have. By modifying bicycles and putting motors on them becomes another level. It also becomes a problem along with a situation. We simply like to sit back and just accept everything, and when it becomes overbearing and out of control, we want to reverse the action, which becomes quite complicated to reverse because it's too far gone. Bicycles are bicycles. I understand that the gentleman was saying just now about the bikes and the ones with the motor and everything, but those things move at a certain pace. This is what we have to understand. Vehicles, trucks, buses, cars, whatever, those are move at a certain pace, at a certain mileage. What the gentleman was just speaking about, those also move at a certain pace and a certain mileage. It's not something you're zooming going all over the place with. It's not. They are almost something like golf carts that move at a certain pace and at a certain level. We are talking about people thinking that it's okay to allow young people to modify bicycles that put them on another level that can become destructive in many ways. And it's okay. Because why can't we make them license them? They are bicycles. When you come there and you tell me you want to license a bicycle with a motor, I'm going to charge you the price of a motor. And you're going to say, oh, it's a bicycle, but it just simply has an extra motor on top of it to make it go a little faster. We need to stop. We need to think. We need to be focused on what's happening. We love to adopt things that comes from other islands, bring it into the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, run with it, and when it becomes an issue, when it becomes a problem, then we want to reverse. We can't, because it's too far gone. I agree with you, officer, and I agree with the law. Anyone found riding around on those modified bicycles, they're going to be confiscated. And I think you should also penalize the parents because it's wrong. It's illegal. And you keep saying these words, and people seem to not be getting what you're saying. The point is that they're thinking that, okay, so my child got a bike and he got on a motor, so it's okay to go. People, I've been asking the questions over and over again and again. Could you please focus? Could you please come to understand that whatever we do in St. Kitts is to take care of each other and to save each other's lives. And when the laws are put down and the laws are registered and police officers are carrying out those laws by the book, you have to comply. You have to apply by them. Bicycles, again, are bicycles. They were created that way. They was not created to be modified because somebody else outside there in some bush country is modifying bicycles, and we take up the act. GQ, thank you very much. Have a pleasant day. You continue to stay safe and take care. Officer, have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Colin. Thanks for your input. Couldn't say it much better.
Before we take any more calls, we have another listener. This person is living in New York City, and they said they just want to make their input. And their input is the e-bike that the gentleman was referring to is prohibited from being charged in many apartment buildings in the United States, in New York in particular. The reason being is because they are famous for causing fires. As a matter of fact, the person goes on to say that in New York City, they are now thinking about banning those e-bikes. Yeah. Just putting that out there for the
I'll check them out and see, because I never see one. So I'll check it out, and maybe next show I can speak of that.
All right. Let's go back to the phone line. Hey, good morning, your life.
Hello, good morning, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Yeah, Jackie and to Miss Henry. Good morning. How are you, Miss Henry?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad you are cracking down on them bike, you know. I did Bucklet's Gate the night of, you know. And so for everything, if I tell you what I saw, right? The person is trying to, they're on the bike going, and, you know, Papa wheeling, you know. You're endangering people ever to look at that. I'm so glad they bring wrong there big to hold them. And hold them promptly. You hear? Because it's on news, sometimes I don't know what happened to them. The other night I hear sitting down to my land and to one guy passing up and down. For one lady, a young guy, I say borrowed a bike, he look young, he ain't bought that bike, he borrowed. And he back and forth. They just so nuisance. They need to do something to them. Because it's very upsetting to people and them behind you like what? When I used to get that law, Mr. Brutcher really did. When I hear those things, I say, Mr. Brutcher, because they made them pull off long time. I see on a video that somebody sent it to me, and someone there, like the police, trying to take for the bike, and he fighting him. It's when he didn't need to take it and arrest him. And I gone. Then we need law here, no? We out of law here, no? We very much out of law. People on the phone talking when they hit you now, they say, Miss Sophia. You know what you're going. I think always any hear among people business or bill. It was on the radio. Him is all the morning we talk show him begin yet, you know. That's I will tell you, but I don't watch them in my naked eyes, you know, passing and I'm missing ring. Going with their thing, that's the next thing we need to clap down, because when they don't bring up the oil, they don't honor you. If you ain't watching them go, so we need to put down some step, man. And them dark glass thing again, I do not think about them, because them still dark like hell. I don't know what I doing with them. The vehicle pass up and you don't even know win them. They're gone.
Okay, thank you, caller.
All right, let's take this next call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, morning.
Yeah, these modified bicycles, they're very dangerous. And I'm talking from experience. And what I realize also, these guys on these modified bicycles, at times it appears that they're daring the drivers, the chauffeurs, in the cars. They'll come onto you and then just swing off suddenly, right? Apart from that, and they do it sometime in the night when it's dark, they have no lights, no indicators, nothing at all whatsoever. And in addition to all that, the braking system that the bike was built with isn't strong enough to hold that engine push. The power that the engine is pushing, the braking system that the bike is built with isn't strong enough to hold that, and they haven't modified their braking system. So that in itself also is a danger. That is my input for now.
Thank you, caller. And, okay, in regulation, the Vehicles and Road Traffic Act 15.6, Regulation 19 speaks of bicycle, pedal bicycle. It states every bicycle shall carry one white light at the front and a red light at the back. Reflectors at the rear when being ridden on a road. It didn't say drive at night. Every bicycle, this is what it should be equipped with. Every bicycle shall be equipped with a bell or any other warning devices as may be approved by an examining officer. It didn't say a motorized, a motor. So for pedal bicycle, this is what the regulation states. And it must have brakes. It didn't state a motor. And for now, it's an offense. And if the police see them on the road, we're going to confiscate them. This is all the regulation is saying. It doesn't say anything about a motor. Until such is being repealed or amended, then for now, it's an offense.
So I think we're going to call it that for this morning. We have our 9 o'clock report up next. Our news presenter for this morning is Shanique Harvey. And our 9 o'clock report will be coming to you, compliments to Grange. Sergeant Henry, any last words from you for this morning before we go?
As I was talking earlier about parking, remember there's a lot of yellow lines in town. Plan your route when you're coming into town, that you know if you're going A or B and there are yellow line, you park somewhere else. Do not park on the yellow line, and when the officer comes to give you a ticket, you tell him you're not parked. It's an offense and you'll be ticketed. And that ticket is $100. Thank you and God bless you.
Attention all drivers. I'm begging you to